So I'm logging into n8n, which is our hosted n8n. You can also connect to your own remote n8n. So here is the n8n environment. Now what we're going to have to do is set up a workflow, and that workflow will have to connect to a 3D space. So I'm going to have to log into a 3D space. I'll just go to Hyperspace MV here. Now we're going to look at how to use n8n with Hyperspace. First thing I'm going to do is log into one of my demo accounts to the dashboard and sign in. And then we'll create a space, a new space to do this testing. And we'll be placing a bot and connecting it to n8n. Perhaps we'll do something nice like Clarity Island here. So this is an n8n setup space. I'm going to turn the virtual meeting off. We don't need it to be a multi-user space. It's just going to be me talking to a bot, or anyone who visits talking to the bot. You create that space. Here it is. First thing I notice is it's on version 3.1. For the new n8n features, we probably need to be on a newer version, like 3.3. So I'll just go into the dashboard here, into the settings for the space, show advanced, go to the version down here. It's preferable to update one version at a time, so I'm not going to just update to the latest. I'm going to go from 3.1 to 3.2 to 3.3. This ensures all the settings come across. So I'll upgrade to 3.2 first. Done. And then I'll upgrade from 3.2 to 3.3 beta, which has all the latest AI features. So that's done. So I'll relaunch the space, so we're making sure we're using the latest version. So here we go, we should see 3.3 in the URL. We do. Terrific. And here we are in this lovely island space. Just walk around and we'll put the bot over here. Now I can grab a bot from my library. I click on the pencil plus sign here and I can add a bot. These bots are all created in the dashboard as well. So all I have to do is find a bot that I want to use, so something with a reasonable look to it. Yeah, well, I choose this guy here. It's quite the outfit. So that character is from the dashboard in the bot section. Similar to creating spaces, you can create as many characters as you want. And this is the guy here. We can see though he's got a English female voice assigned. We probably want to change that. And maybe give him some pants instead of shorts. But shorts is good for a an island environment. So maybe instead we should give him a t-shirt of some kind. And maybe some different shoes. Oh, you can go barefoot. It's an island. Enjoy. There we go. So that's saved. I can just reload the space here. It'll update the way the bot looks in the space. So we'll start with the bot's details. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to edit mode, start editing. Hover over the bot, go to the settings cog here. Here's where we see all the settings for the bot, and I might actually call this n8n just to make it easier. Actually, just there we go. And I'll rename him to n8n bot. Save those details. And here under the advanced section, we have chat AI integration. Click edit details. And we tick that box to say this is a bot driven by AI. Instead of using the engine of ChatGPT, we're going to be using n8n. So by choosing n8n, this will set us up for being able to communicate with the n8n server. In n8n, you can set up multiple workflows. So you can create workflows here, and each workflow can be a different character or different experience. We're going to create a new workflow from scratch. Typically, once you've got one of these set up or we supply the template to you, it's easier. But what we're going to do is set this up from scratch. So I'm going to create a new workflow. And let's call it beach bot. And the first thing we want to add is a webhook. Let's go to plus sign here. And on webhook call, we change this to a HTTP post. The path is any name we want to give it. Now, this is just a unique identifier, but we can give it another unique identifier if we want. And I'm going to call this beach bot, just make it easier to remember. We don't need any authentication. Respond will be using respond to webhook node. And for the options, we want raw body turned on. Double check the settings. They should be default. They are. We'll rename this to the Hyperspace call, right? It's coming from Hyperspace. Now, we'll be able to put some other things in between here, but really what wants to happen when it comes in n8n, we receive it, we process it, and then we send a response back to the 3D environment. The next thing we want to do, we can probably start by adding some sort of AI engine in between. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to choose an AI, and we're going to choose an AI agent. We're going to call this BeachBot. User message will be expecting a JSON file. Under properties, we're going to add an option, which is a system message. And this is going to contain our prompt. We have a prompt generator, a role play generator, which is really great. So we might just go through that now and build that. So I can create a new space using the AI starter here, which has the role play tool in it. So I'm going to call this n8n AI starter. Just going to create that from the template and go into it. Here it is in my library. There's a number of AI examples in here that you can see how AI can be used for leadership training, for hospitality, for sales, for sales staff, virtual staff running through AI. We're going to skip all those for now. At the end of the journey here, there's the ability to build your own agent. And that's what I'm going to do. I click this button, build your own agent, and it will prompt me to start building an agent role play for learning and training. So let's say, build me a role play where I am talking to a resort representative who is welcoming me to the resort island. No feedback is required. Give me the final prompt. That should hopefully build the role play all in one go. Usually you have to answer 6 to 10 questions and you get a bit more detailed, but here we're just trying to create a demo very quickly. This will process based on our learning AI. It's built for learning and development, specifically for role players and training. Copy that prompt. Also inject it into the agent here, which I can then test if I want to. We'll go into the BeachBot here and we'll put where it says system message, we'll put in the prompt here. So now we have a prompt. That's great, but we also need to attach to a LLM or a AI model. So we want to attach, in this case we'll use ChatGPT, but you can choose any model you like. It's really up to you. So OpenAI chat model here. And 4.1 mini is probably the best to choose from. Maybe 5 mini at the coming up, but 4 mini is very effective cost-wise and gives good quality responses as well. So now we've set that up, we can go back to the canvas. So now you can see we have the inbound message comes in through the webhook. Then it goes to this agent where you can manage a number of things. It looks like we have an issue here with the OpenAI chat model. So I just need to choose the credentials to connect with. I'll have to create new credentials. Now, if you're not familiar how to get the API key, it is included in our guide on setting up ChatGPT in the Academy. If you're in the dashboard, you can go to Help, Documentation. That will launch the Academy. And if you just search for ChatGPT, there's also a tile down here that represents that as well. There's a section in here on get your OpenAI ChatGPT API key. So there's some instructions here just to follow. If you haven't set one up before, you can do that. If you have one already, this will show you how to do that. Don't follow the rest of the instructions in this, that they're specifically to setting up AI bots directly in the platform without n8n, which is a much faster and simpler way to do it. But with n8n, you get the capability to do far more integrations and different things. So we have the straight support for ChatGPT in the platform, or n8n to do more expansive stuff. Now it's up to you in n8n, in OpenAI, whether you set up a new key per experience or use the same key across different experiences. In this case, I'm going to go to OpenAI and set up a new API key specifically for the beach bot. So I have my key now. There it is. Shouldn't have to change any of these. We save it, dismiss that, and now we've got it listed here under our OpenAI account as the connection credentials. So if we go back to the canvas, you can see that doesn't have an error anymore, so that's ready to go. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to respond. So we need to send a message back into the 3D environment to the bot. And to do that, we use the respond webhook. I can just search here, respond to webhook. And we're going to respond with just straight text. And we switch this to an expression, and we put this in here, JSON output. Everything else in the settings remains default. Back to the canvas. We may want to add simple memory to the bot for our conversation as well. And we'll define how the session is remembered. And we know that we're getting the player's ID passed through. So we're going to put that in there with some JSON. And the context window length will make it a bit bigger, make it 50 instead. And the rest is left as default. Okay, so now we have a chat model memory, which means as the conversation proceeds, the bot will remember what it's been talking about before. So that will give it context for responding to the next thing you say. Let's give this a test and see if it works. So we'll just save this to make sure it's ready. We can make it active by turning it on. And now we need to grab the webhook, which if you look here, choose the production URL and copy that. Then we go back into the space, which is this n8n setup here. We've chosen the n8n engine, we're using speech recognition, and this is where you put in the endpoint for the webhook. We'll just check a few other settings. We won't have the player speak first, we'll have the bot speak first when we click on it. So send a defined message. And we want the conversation to be continuous instead of turn-based. We have to click on the bot each time, so we'll tick that to enable it. Everything else here can stay the same. We'll split long sentences. Silence duration can be changed here. That's how long the bot will listen to you when there's silence before it starts talking or processing what you've said. Sometimes if you're pausing to think, you might want to increase that a little bit so you have more time to think before the bot assumes you're ready, finished talking, and it goes forward. Now there are experimental settings down here. We don't want to have these enabled at the moment. We'll switch all of them off. That will give us less factors to deal with. You don't need all these. Just keep it simple to begin with, and it should be good. We won't even bother getting the player's name. And we save that. Save again. And now I can stop editing, and I can click on this character to talk to them. So I click on the character. It'll want my audio settings because it hasn't initiated them before, so I'm going to allow it. Hi there, my name's Danny. I'm feeling pretty happy and relaxed. I'm having an n8n of a day. No, I'm finished talking. Thank you very much. Nothing more. Let's finish the conversation. Okay, so the audio didn't come through because I'm not sharing the audio for this particular screen share, but the bot was talking to me successfully, and we sort of talked about the resort and welcomed me and everything that we anticipated. So there we have it. We have the n8n workflow where you have a webhook, pass the message, have an AI agent with a prompt in it, and the most simple way is to use a learning LLM like OpenAI's ChatGPT. Some memory, so each iteration it knows what you've said before, and sending the message back in. That's the simplest n8n you can create. And then in the 3D space, you add a character, you go into the edit mode, go to the little settings icon, and under the Chat AI integration, edit details, remember to choose the engine, either n8n or webhook, depending on the version you're using, and use speech recognition, take the endpoint from n8n, so over here, click on that, choose the production URL and copy that to use as the endpoint for the webhook, and then just make sure some of the settings are set up like sending a predefined message will make the bot speak to you first. Continue conversation will make it more fluid, and uncheck all the advanced integrations here. There's no need for them to be checked for your first instance. So that's it. That's n8n integration into the Hyperspace platform with your characters. And don't forget, you can build bots in the AI starter just by going up to this part of the AI starter and clicking the build an agent button here to get the tool for answering questions and building a prompt, which will include all of the things you need to work with Hyperspace. So that's the starting point. So enjoy.